Hello, everybody. Welcome to Vocabaret. How we doing? This is
better after that. Oh, it's so good.
Platform is smooth and silky, and we're glad that you all joined us. We're glad that you followed the call to be with us on this Wednesday night. We're doing something very exciting tonight. My name is Jerzy. I'm hosting. I'm taking our other four hosts, Tim, Nikolai, Ali, and Sam, on a wild odyssey of wordplay and competition. It is our Vocabaret Word Championship. It's something that I pitched to them and they're letting me do. I'm going to host, I'm going to run some games, and I'm going to judge them harshly. I don't know why they said yes, but I'm really glad that they did. We have a lot of things to get into. So I'm going to kick it off pretty quickly here. The first thing that's going to happen is all of my fellow hosts are going to put out a charity that they are supporting this month rather, and we are going to give 25% of the proceeds, as we usually give to a charitable cause, to the charitable cause selected by the winning contestant. I'm going to show you something really quickly here. This is our trophy this evening.
I want it so bad.
This is the Vocabaret Beret. You can wear it on your head. You can keep it on this wig stand. The wig stand is included. The glasses and wig are not.
Oh, wow. Oh.
That's our sixth host for the evening. Our sixth participant.
Yeah, it's that this person behind me. I have a lot of things open. I have a lot of tabs open. I have a lot of videos ready. So basically what we've been doing for the past month is I have had my co-hosts ready to prepare some wordplay and language challenges. So some of the things you see tonight are things they've already done that they're going to be sharing with me and seeing each other for the first time. We're also going to play some live games on the stream that'll be off the cuff, and there are going to be some twists and turns along the way. So without further ado, we're going to kick it off by hearing what everyone's charity is and the first challenge. So the first challenge that I gave my co-host was, for our live games, we traditionally on Vocabaret have a funny buzzer word. We've used all kinds of things over the years. So the first challenge is to come up with the buzzer word for this show when you need to buzz in for a question. All right, so here we go. I'm going to start with Sam Corbin. Hello, Sam. How you doing?
Hello. I am doing good and was not confirming the length. Never mind. Rewind. I'm doing well.
You got your second dose of the vaccine about 12 hours ago. How you feeling?
Clearly justified by the things coming out of my mouth. Excellent.
So,
hey, you know
Sam,
what's not coming out of your mouth, though? It's Corona.
Yeah, exactly. At least it's not Corona coming out. So, Sam, your charity this month is Farm Sanctuary. Do you want to tell us a little bit about Farm Sanctuary?
Sure. Farm Sanctuary is a not-for-profit organization based in, I believe, upstate New York or maybe Jersey, somewhere close by. But they specialize in animal farm rescue and advocating for animal rights and the more ethical treatment of animals. As many of you know, I am vegan, and animal rights has always been a big part of my veganism, but also not in the way that like PETA advocates for animal rights, because it's with the way that animals are just kind of very much a part of our everyday existence, and that coexisting with them and treating them with respect is the best way to save our planet. Yes.
That was amazing, Sam. It was not, however, hilarious wordplay. So now I want to move on to what is your proposed buzzer for this game? So this will be our buzzing word that we shout out during live games. What did you come up with?
Well, okay. Does everything I say have to be hilarious? Okay. The word is glosso. The word is glosso, and the brief story behind this is that when we were all proposing names for the show, I pitched glosso. I think I was like on my way to say a longer word or something, but I just, choked. And but it is part of the word glossolalia, which is an urge to speak. Anyone? My fellow panelists? Remind me what this means.
Well, I think this was a really savvy choice because glosso was what I wanted to call the show. So you're really appealing to me as the judge here. I kept trying to make the name of the show glosso, so I think that was pretty good.
out of pity to me.
This is a strong contender. I mean, I have thoughts about it, but this is a strong contender.
Thank you.
All right, who is next? All right, we're going to go to Allie next. Allie Spear, how you doing?
I'm doing all right.
So tell us a little bit about your charity. It's called Earth Justice.
Yeah, so Earth Justice is a nonprofit based in San Francisco, and they litigate environmental issues. And I thought it was an especially timely charity to go with. Obviously, climate change is an issue at the forefront of many of our minds more regularly than I would like for to be the case. But tomorrow is Earth Day, so I selected a charity that would tie in with the specific occasion that is occurring just within a few hours.
That's amazing. So I guess if you don't win the show today, you will have failed the planet.
I will be single-handedly responsible for the demise of this spinning orb we find ourselves.
Okay, so let's see what you presented for the first challenge here. Shilly Shally.
I'm realizing now, I guess I noticed this when I sent it to you, that my name is in fact in there, so maybe that was like subconsciously my motivation. But shilly-shally is a term I learned that means to like hesitate, to not be deliberate in your actions. And I found that so many of our buzz-ins for games past have really just been like efforts to sort of claim our moment to say something without necessarily knowing whether or not we have an answer, at least personally. So shilly-shally kind of like, just indicates, I don't know, but I'm going to pretend as though I do anyway, and then just wait until maybe time runs out.
So for the buzz-in word, you're proposing basically the opposite of a buzz-in word.
Maybe, yeah. It's a little counterintuitive. But it means that the pressure's off. You don't have to be 100% confident. It's sort of like a caveat before you say anything. It's like, I'm not sure, but I'm going to go for it anyway.
Well, we love a caveat.
Says Allie.
All right, next we've got Tim playing for the Clinton Hill Fort Greene Mutual Aid.
Hi, yes, this is our local mutual aid group that I've been working with since the pandemic started. And we do grocery runs for people who can't get out of their house or immunocompromised. We spent the summer arranging and installing air conditioner donations and NYCHA housing. And right now we're doing a lot of help getting homebound people set up for vaccine appointments around the city. And they could really benefit from a little bit of cash infusion as the pandemic wears on.
That's fantastic. Great cause. Let's see how you are supporting them by putting forth this buzz-in word for the show. Gardy-loo. Explain yourself, Tim.
Gardy-loo, I assume that you have to say it like Gardy-loo. It's a word from medieval Scotland that people would say, shout out their windows when they were about to dump their waste, their bodily waste out the window. Because, in times of old, when days were bold and toilets weren't invented, you shouted Gardy-loo out your window and then threw your bucket out the window. And it just felt very appropriate for our show.
So when you get a lot of shit to spew, you scream Gardy-loo.
Yes, Gardy-loo!
I really like it. This is going to be a close one. Okay, I'm going to move. Excuse me, Gardy-loo. I think I have things coming out of my mouth too, Sam. All right, so we're going to move on to Nikolai. Nikolai, the Environmental Defense Action Fund. Hey, Nikolai, how's it going?
I'm good. I thought I didn't know there would be multiple environmental funds, but that's good because it's a big issue. And Environmental Defense Action Fund is a good nonprofit based out of New York City that focuses on political advocacy, and it's very politically and economically literate. So they kind of target, of the many angles you can target climate change, they're trying to basically get politicians on board, which I think is very important because as much as we can do, the government can do a lot more to save the planet. And I just read The Uninhabitable Earth, which is a very scary book about how we're all screwed. So I'm thinking about the environment a lot.
I can't believe Tim picked a non-environmental cause. It's like he doesn't even care about the planet as much as the other three of you.
Why are you roasting us? We agreed to do the show.
This is just the beginning, Sam. You have no idea. All right, here we go. And Nikolai, what's your buzz-in word?
My buzz-in word is floxinoxynihilpilification, which is the longest word in the English language. It's a throwback to one of our last live shows, and it is a word that means to mean nothing, which is brilliant. And I also like the idea of having the buzz word be the longest possible word in English. But
I could see you smiling to yourself when I read that you submitted this, because also you know how to say it very well. You have a mnemonic device, which I still remember from the live show about how to say it. It is a long buzzing word. It might increase our show run time if it works.
Also,
Okay, so
his like very expert pronunciation does not bode well for an upcoming challenge.
it's pretty phonetic. It's just a word salad. Or there's a lot of I's in the middle there. Floxy, noxy, nihilipilification.
yeah, I remember a Nazi flossing on a hill and taking a pill, right? Like raving. So it's flossy, Nazi, nihilipilification.
Yes.
That was how I remembered it from the show.
My word is 2 syllables.
Yeah, I like a 2-syllable word. Okay, so it's time for me to judge. I'm sorry, Sam, that I'm here roasting you, but that kind of is what the show is tonight. The way that these prepared things are going to work. I'm getting a little echo maybe from somebody. I think maybe somebody's volume might be a little high. One of our co-hosts.
I can.
I'm getting a little bit of like it's coming back through. It just doesn't work the same way as Zoom, where it cancels it out the same way. Okay, so I mean, Nikolai, I know that you love the word. I think it's a great word. I don't think it's a buzz-in word because it creates an additional challenge on top of the game. So I'm going to give you 1 point for that one. Okay. Now I want to talk about glosso. Glosso is a word that I love, Sam. I thought it was very savvy for you to pick glosso. However, I think it's such an important word to me and such a great name that I don't know that it can win this event, because then it'll be kind of used for something that'll be one and done. And I want to save glosso for a more prominent thing in my life. So that's going to come in at second place, getting 3 points. So between Gardy-Loo and Shilly-Shally. Gardy-Loo is great. I didn't know the history behind it. I think that's fantastic. Shilly-Shally also good. I like that it's kind of playing against the idea of a buzz-in word. Now, Allie, I remember that in our practice stream, you really didn't like the idea of buzzing in with your own name. And then you've inadvertently submitted a buzz-in word that has your own name. So I feel like if I give you this win and we have you ring in for the rest of the games with your own name, that will be a disservice to you. Like if you were to win this game, it would be bad.
Oh, you're good.
So you're going to be in third, and then Gardy-Loo from Tim is going to be our buzz-in word. Can I get a practice Gardy-Loo from everybody?
Gardy-Loo.
Oh, that's going to work just fine. Okay. So the next thing we're going to do is take a look at something else you prepared in advance, and we're going to look at some pun runs. Yeah, so we're going to dinner. I had asked each of you to prepare less than a 60-second pun run on a given topic. I'm going to start in the kitchen with the equipment, and Tim, who did a minute on cookware. Let's check it out.
Okay, chefs, we've got a big day today, and here's what I need from you. Enough gimmicky COVID jokes. I'm ready for a non-shtick pandemic. Also, who is the DJ at this restaurant? He's only playing dudes. Who is this salad spinner? A reminder that the host of Dirty Jobs is coming by later, so we have to greet him. I want to see everyone's best microwave. What's that? His wife is stuck in the walk-in? Well, I hope someone frees her soon. Someone misplaced my favorite utensil for picking up things. When I find out who it is, I'm going to give you such a tongue lashing. I don't care if you're whisk-averse. I hear your criticisms, but don't doubt my food process, sir. Some of you think that diners will ick this food, but I say they will yum, so no ma heckling. I want pie successes, not pie wrecks. Put this on YouTube so the streaming audience can watch. There's huge Insta potential here, too. I want to get written up around the world in the French press. I hope the Dutch eventually write us up. And remember, when the club hits the bowl like they taught you at school, that's a mortar and pestle.
All right.
I'm so upset I wasn't home when that happened.
The costume, the character.
Very earnest. Very cute.
That was adorable.
There's a little bit of character work, more than I expected from all of you in this.
Tim, I always knew you were a pothead.
Hey.
Sort of like a vegan Johnny Appleseed. Or I guess Johnny Appleseed could have been vegan, but this person who really wants you to like do great in the kitchen.
Yeah.
That was really good. That's a good way to kick it off. Again, the vertical video, I don't know how I feel about that, but otherwise amazing.
Whiskey.
Whoa. That was not in the brief.
Hey, you know, I have to parse straws here. Look at how many amazing things I'm getting from everybody. Let's see what we do next. How about if we take that cookware and put some vegetables inside? And let's take a look at Sam's pun round.
Let us discuss the subject of greens. Now, I know there are mixed greens reviews out there, but since I've collared you all, just freeze a sec, sit back with a nice glass of chard, and let me talk. I just hate seeing you refuse to try greens. It brings me no bulk joy. I barely even mustered greens as a topic for this, but it's important, and I've got a lot to say about it. So, what is, you might ask, a role for greens in your diet? Well, it's a arugula one, health-wise, but it's also the flavor. Seriously, just nab a cabbage, swirl the leaves around your mouth like a fine wine, you'll see. And this may be crass to say, but you don't need to do mescaline to get high. Just turnip greens in your diet, you'll be flying like kale in a snowstorm. Don't let a childhood fear of broccoli rob you of this enjoyment. If you're gullible like me, though, I'll foul for anything. Remember that if they look like greens but they don't have leaves, dandelion greens. Look, I'm no ad man trying to make greens sound better than they are. There's no spinach here. There's not even a baby spinach. I'm telling you that nothing beats greens. So may we praise them, and let us say romaine.
Chock full of puns.
That's Sam's real voice. She does
The on-screen graphics. Yeah, that's Southern Canadian,
This is
right?
a character.
Yeah.
Can you see that voice for the rest of the show?
I will not do that.
Sam, I didn't know you were so good at like accent work and voices. I hope we have an opportunity to see some of that later in the show from you. Now, is it true that you picked this Southern accent to kind of make some of the puns work? That's what it sounded like to me.
No. I think it was the more I tried to sell it, the more I realized it was like church-like, and then I just kind of went into the Southern world from there.
Gotcha.
We'll call it Dean, dare I say.
Who knows? I'm sure it amalgamated many Southern accents. I'm sorry if I've offended the people of Texas and Georgia. And which sounded shoehorned to you, Jerzy?
Oh, none of them sound shoehorned. I just was curious why you made that selection. Was romaine at the end a pun on amen? Was that?
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Bless your hearts
That
of
classic word. Yeah. Romaine
Thank
for amen.
you.
All right. So now we need to season our vegetables, right? So Allie is doing an herbs and spices pun around. Here we go.
Hello, welcome. I'm going to run through a recipe that involves a bunch of herbs and spices, but I have to hurry because we don't have a lot of time. So, what are you doing over there? Cumin, what's up? Be cool, Allie. Ugh, she's so crazy. Is that what you're thinking, or do you love to see it? Anyway, this is a bit of an experiment. Can you believe I've never made a video like this before, and I'm the star in this? Ugh. But I'll try to make it fun. I'll be sure of it. I sure will. Anyway, first bit of sage advice is to pour yourself a glass of wine before you start cooking. Grab whatever's around and gingerly pour a little bit in your glass to get started. Parsley, I like to sorrel a little bit. See that beautiful color, lavender color of this one. And I savor each time I take a sip. And if you miss your mouth, you spill on yourself. Maybe here, licorice, and no big deal, move on. How are we doing saffron time?
I think unlike Sam's, your strongest one was your closer.
Okay. Ouch, I think.
No, I mean,
Yeah.
I got to judge these, so I'm judging them. I'm trying to just parse the difference here. It was like a cooking show. I also noticed you had the mint pants, right? Because you always like to dress for the theme.
For the occasion, which I didn't.
The cumin pun was good. The good amount of puns.
Yeah, I think there were 26 in there.
26 in a minute's pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty solid punning, right?
So we ate dinner, and now we're going to have dessert with our fourth contestant, Nikolai. Where is your thing here, Nikolai?
I haven't seen this one.
You haven't seen it? All right, let's check it out.
Jello, please don't be a sorbet or throw your phones at the screen if I scream my way through these puns about dessert. I've got a chocolate in here because there can only be one winner, and I plan to stand a real chance at the prize, whether it be profit or roles in Sunday shows. So make a room for me on the podium. I'll be Haagen-Dazs spotlight. Do not interrupt me because I'm going to be putting as much as you can cake in this minute and then adding some more. In the past, there have been injuries when I've punned so hard that gelato people stampeded and were crushed. So get accustomed to this waffle new reality because your only hope of me ever stopping is if Rocky rode in on a moose while his hair's in a man bun to carry me off his shoulders. Oh, my time. Thank you.
Nice.
I mean, again, we got sort of a little bit of character voice there.
Yeah. I was trying to be like, it's so easy to just make your pun run about like, I'm the best. So I wanted to make it like that, but kind of make fun of that also.
This is really fun. A lot of stuff. I did like the on-screen graphics as well. I did ask for a 60-second video, so it could have been animated. It could have been claymation. It could have been anything. So there's no penalty for having a little on-screen help. And I think that's the thing that's going to be the tiebreaker here because they're all so good. So I'm going to go first place Sam, second place Nikolai, third place Allie, fourth place Tim.
Ooh.
Vertical video. Sorry.
Vertical video. Discrimination.
Yeah, I mean, that's exactly what it was. I did.
This is cancel culture.
Video. Let me plug these in to the scores.
I think my ego can handle this show.
I am going to be judging you harshly, and it's going to get worse as we go. But let's take a brief break from that before we go to the next thing. I know we have a bunch of donations. People are donating at the link in the Facebook. It's paypal.me/Vocabaret to donate to the show and 25% to a charity, TBD, depending on the winner. And we already have some rolling in, Tim, this month's producer, I believe.
Yes, we do. And you said link in Facebook, but of course you meant on the Facebook and YouTube page.
Yes.
And in our description on the YouTube page, you can find the link. And so far we have donations from Amy Sales, Alexander Grasso, Adam Offenhardt, Lena Ovadia, Allison Fisher, Gon Patel, Jared Spear, Michael Pilger, Nancy Zucconi, Hope Marawa, Strudel Games, Rachel Hoke, Todd Farnsworth. Keep them coming. Tell us who your favorite contestant is so far, and because you want to see them get that money for their charity.
You can vote by donating. It will not come into play, but you can do it. Fantastic. Okay. So the next thing I want to show you is going to be a little bit different. And I think even our panel doesn't quite know. Oh, a couple of things before we move on, actually. We're obviously streaming from a new platform. And I don't know if I'm able to interact in the YouTube chat with everybody as much as we were planning. So if you're popping off in the YouTube chat, I, as Vocabaret, won't be able to see you or hear you. We'll fix that for next time. And also, I'm running all kinds of crazy stuff. So if I'm a little behind or a little frazzled, it's because I'm trying to run the show and host it and judge them. And hopefully that will not impede us too much as we go. So anyway, thanks for bearing with us as we make it happen. Here we go. The next thing we're going to do is a little game that's called Improper Nouns. Now, the four of you have already played this game over the course of the last few days with me on video. So these are pre-recorded games. You each played individually, and I took all the competitors and put your responses together. So this game is basically, I put up 3 names of things on the screen, and I asked the competitors to identify whether 0, 1, 2, or 3 of them were real. So if I said hosts of Vocabaret was the category, and it was Allie, Sam, and let's say comedian Julian Williams, you would say, well, 2 out of 3 of those are real, right? One of them is not a host of Vocabaret. But if I were to say people that played this game, and I said Allie, Sam, and comedian Julian Williams, that would be 3 out of 3 because all 3 of those people played this game. That's right. You're going to be competing not only against each other, but against a number of former guests of the show from the last several months. So what we're going to do right now is meet everybody that played Improper Nouns.
Oh my God.
Here we go.
Great.
Here we go.
Just us.
Oh, it's not playing.
There we go.
It's going to be a slow build up to a massive defeat.
You guys suck. You're dumb. You're gonna lose.
I would just like you to really look within yourself and consider giving it to me out of pity. Thank you.
I wish you luck and I encourage you to do your best, but I'm also just gonna kick that ass. I'm gonna fuck it up. Like I really I don't even know. Like, I beat you before I woke up this morning, so I don't even know why you're playing at the moment. But try your best.
Well, good luck to all of you. Hope you guys do well. And I would say stay away from those zeros. They're kind of rare. Hit them with some 2s and some 1s, but don't be scared of the 3s. A little strategy in there. Go get them.
I'd like to say I rocked it. I will rock it. I am very good at statistics. We had a 1 in 3 chance of getting this correct. And if you didn't get it correct and you lose, it means you're bad at math and you should go back to school. And because I schooled you.
Wow.
All right. So we're going to be seeing each round of that as we go through the show. So that's comedian and artist Julian Williams, who was in our Change show a few months ago. Of course, musician and cartoonist Jeffrey Lewis, who was in our music show. And then back from our live show when we had a different name, astrophysicist Dr. Jackie Faherty, who talked trash about your math abilities and then proceeded to explain a 1 out of 3 chance, which is not the right percentage.
Yeah, 1 out of 4. It's 1 out of 4.
She works at the American Museum of Natural History, astrophysicist Dr. Jackie Faherty. So we're so grateful for them for joining us, and we'll see some more as we go through the show. But next, what we're going to do is play a live game and get some more points on the board. This is going to be a game we've only practiced before, but now we're doing live for the first time. It's called Tarabakov.
These videos.
Yes, so many videos. So this is the Vocabaret backwards game. The way it's going to work is I will have a question that pops up on the bottom of the screen. I'm going to change our view a little bit. Okay. And then we will, I'll do one each that's directly to you, meaning you'll be able to answer it. It's not a buzz in. Everyone will get their own question they can answer. And the way that the questions come is that the words are backwards and then the answers need to be backwards as well. The words happen in backwards order. So I'll give you an example here. If the question was, here I can put it up on the screen for us. So the question would be something like, Davidson Pete with Break Up Her after song which released Grande Ariana? And then your answer would be?
Next, you think. Yep.
You got it.
Okay.
Except it would be right because you didn't say Gardy Lou. So
you won't need to say Gardy Lou until about halfway through the game.
I'm sorry. I'm
cat?
sorry. Oh my God. Oh my God. He's been doing this all day. Shut up. Shut up.
I'm sorry, Tigger. That's not the valid. You're going to need to say Gardy Lou if you want to chime in the game.
Are we getting a hint of how you'll be with children? Because I'm a little concerned.
No. He needs to shut the fuck up.
I love it. Okay, here we go.
Tig, you don't listen to her. You're fine.
So I'm going to go one by one here. Let's say the first question is going to be for Tim, and then we'll go into buzz-in questions. So the first question is going to be for Tim, and all of these questions are on a theme. So these backwards questions and backwards answers are famous people with 3 names or a name, an initial, and a name. 3 name people or a middle initial people. Great. Here is the first one. This one is for Tim. City and the Sex in Carrie played actor which?
Parker, Jessica, Sarah.
That is correct. Parker. Jessica, Sarah. Whew. Well done. All right, this next one's for Nikolai.
It's me.
Future to the Back in starred who?
Fox J. Michael.
That's Fox J. Michael. You got it. We're rolling through these. They're not going to get any harder. All right, this one's for Allie.
Oh.
Lincoln Abraham assassinated actor who?
Booth Wilkes John.
That is Books Wilkes John. Nailing it so far. This one's for Sam Corbin and her cat. Heartbreaky achy Anne has who?
What?
The answer I'm thinking of is one word, which can't be right. Can I trade questions? Achy, breaky heart.
Anybody want to steal with a Gardy Lou?
Gardy Lou.
Tim Donnelly.
Cyrus Ray Billy.
That is Cyrus.
Well, thank
Ray.
God you saved me because I was going to go with Elvis.
I was also thinking Elvis. That would it be
Johnny. Yeah.
Jay? Elvis J?
Give me an easy one. I deserve one like what everyone else got.
I thought that was an easy one. Well, Tim stole that one from you.
No, it's okay. Don't give me any pity points. I'm going to win the beret.
Whoa. There we go. I love some trash talk. Okay. Now this one's for anybody. This is a Gardy Lou. This is going to be hard to track. So I'm going to keep an eye on the screen too. Here's your question. Vader Darth voices who?
Gardy Lou.
Nikolai.
Brooks Earl James.
Oh, Gardy Lou.
No.
That's a no.
Wait,
Oh, sorry. I put it up. Yeah. Allie got it.
Jones Earl James.
Yes.
I don't know why I
think
put emphasis on
you
Earl,
confused
so-
James L. Brooks and James Earl
Brooks.
Jones. These things that live in our brain together.
My James Earl Jones was in my head, but then somehow flipping it, I just went for it.
That's what makes the game fun. All right, cool.
Yeah.
All right, here's another one. Getting a little more niche here.
Yeah.
Icebox and in plums about poem famous wrote who?
Oh, Gardy Lou.
Tim Donnelly.
Williams Carlos William.
That is Williams Carlos William.
I fucking knew that.
Wonderful imagist poet. I thought that one was funny. Tim, you're doing pretty well here.
Damn it.
We have one more question in this game. Ready for a Gardy Lou? A Fair Family hit 2001, the performed singer R&B which?
Gardy Lou.
Sam.
Blige J. Mary.
Blige J. Mary is the answer.
Nice.
Off the schneid in that game. All right, so that ended with Tim with 3, Ellie with 2, and Nikolai and Sam with 1. The competition is heating up.
Okay.
You're all within 1 point of each other. I'm going to check in on the scores here. Tim's in the lead with 8. Sam has 7. Allie has 6, and Nikolai has 5. At this point, it's still anybody's game.
I don't like those
This is
numbers.
very exciting. All right, so I want to go back to our improper nouns game, and we're going to see a little bit of the first round of 2 questions. But before we do that, there is, I threw one surprise at you of these other competitors. There is another little thing that I think we should watch before we get into the questions from the improper nouns game. So one other thing, Sam, you know, the game itself is pretty. How we doing?
Interesting.
No. So one other thing, Sam, you know, the game itself is pretty simple, but as you might expect, there's a sort of a twist. For these first 2 questions, when you're speaking, I'd like you to be asking everything as a question.
Okay.
Just anything that you say should be a question.
Okay. 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 Wait. All right.
Just for the first 2.
Tell me if I'm doing it wrong. I mean, tell me if I'm doing it wrong.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear that. I didn't catch that.
And classically, my cat is here.
It's so weird. It feels like, I don't know. There's, for some reason, the thing that you just said, I couldn't hear it, as if like.
Oh, okay. Is it the inflection? Would you like? Well, were you wondering whether it would be inevitable to see my cat at some point during this live stream? So confused.
Oh yeah, we got this. Is gonna be amazing. Okay, I think there might have been some kind of clerical error.
What the hell is going on? This is just a humiliate Sam show.
Wait.
Today I learned
No,
Sam
I
doesn't know what a question is.
Didn't the other 3 of you didn't I make you do like different funny voices and things for all the rounds this?
No.
Oh, sorry, I don't know how that happened.
What?
I was a little jealous that I was excluded from this.
Wait, y'all
Well,
didn't
let's
have to
see if
do
you're still jealous.
anything. There was no voice dumb stuff in yours.
Yeah, they just play the game.
Maybe I blacked out.
Normal.
It's possible I blacked out when Jerzy and I recorded.
That's so weird. I don't know. Sorry, I don't know how that happened. Just must got lost in the shuffle there. Let's see how all 7 of our competitors did in the first round. Let's watch the video of the first 2 questions. So these are questions and names of these are cities in the United States. 2 questions on cities in the United States. How many are real?
I have never been to any of these cities. I have had a broken toe.
Well, Pennsylvania is a very silly state.
Oh God, Pennsylvania is a weird goddamn state. It's such a weird state.
I'm gonna say 2.
Well, Quibbletown sounds like it could be a Pennsylvania type thing, but I'm going to say 0.
2 of those are real.
Is one of these real? Wait. Is are 2 of these real?
One of these is real.
I go back, cut the second question, and
I'm sorry. I see your mouth moving, but I'm not hearing.
Why are you torturing me like this?
Oh, you're trying to mess with my mind, though, because Houston and Austin are cities in Texas. Oh, no, they're all cities in Texas. Oh, my God.
Well, I see no strong reason why they wouldn't be real, and I, have no real way to having no actual information about it. I guess I could just take a random guess one way or the other.
Okay, is it all 3 that are real?
2 of these are real. I made up Austin, Alaska.
If you're wondering why I'm tortured, could I tell you that it's because my first guess was that there were 2 that were real, but I didn't say it?
Thank you for asking. That's a great question. Pretty strong showing from everybody. So I had Sam ask everything in questions for the first 2, and then we'll see what she had to do in the subsequent rounds. There's 4 more rounds of that. That'll be fun. I can't believe I missed that for everyone else.
I think
anyway,
there should
time
be
for the
a
next
separate
game.
category called pity points just for Sam.
We can discuss it at the end. We'll see how close it gets. Yeah.
Okay.
Again, this is totally unfair. I'm sitting in judgment of the other 4 of you. This is something you agreed to, and I am taking it way too far, and I'm having an absolute blast. Let's play a game we know and love. It's a wonderful game that your cat hates. We played it many times before, but it's been a while. It's called Headlines. Headlines. These videos are delayed. How you doing?
Compact.
Shut up.
All right, here we go. Let's pull up the headlines slides. So we're just going to do one story here. The story in question is as follows. A mystery tree beast turns out to be a croissant. Amazing story. This happened in Poland. This is from the BBC, the version I got. Let's check a look. Animal welfare officers received an report of an unusual animal in Krakow. People opening their windows. They thought it was a dangerous animal. The Krakow Animal Welfare Society found it was a headless and limbless croissant that was probably there to feed birds. Here's a little visualization. Woman was scared. She saw a tree. She thought it was a scary lizard or a bird. Turned out to be a delicious crescent roll. But the headline sucks. Let's come up with a better headline for this story. The first headline we have is Night of the Living Bread from Nikolai. Very strong.
Thank you.
She was scared. It works. Short and sweet.
This is based on a film title.
As a professional filmmaker.
Oh.
Using a little bit of his industry knowledge.
And croissant is like, it's kind of like bread.
Here's the next one. Mystery creature? That's just a tree doing carbon capture. That's from professional journalist Tim Donnelly. This is in the format of like a post-pun headline.
Correct. It's not.
But usually, I feel like the pun is in the question. It's like carbon capture. Not if you ask this tree. No.
All right. Well, let's maybe just trust the guy who used to work at the New York Post, huh?
That's how I got into this mess. That's why I'm here doing the show where I'm torturing
What's going on?
I'm gonna go get him. I'm gonna go get him.
Mystery creature.
Just keep the show going.
It's a croissant.
What's happening?
This was all playing part of the show. Okay, here we go. This is Sam's Flake News.
What are you doing?
Mystery animal turns out to be just a croissant.
Come here. Come here.
It must be my voice.
What are you doing?
I'm going to mute Sam briefly here just for
Yeah, please.
That's very good. That's very funny. Probably the subhead isn't as necessary, but flake news is really solid. And then we have, this is from Allie. Dope. Woman reports mystery creature, but her eyes deceive her. Painful reveal shows the proof is out there. You got a lot of puns in there.
Mm-hmm.
That's a full war font
like
headline. That's like a
synopsis as much as it is a headline.
You rewrote the story.
I'm all about being concise.
Yeah, that is your brand.
That's what we all know about Allie.
I couldn't.
Yeah, see, I like this, Allie. I like your strategy of roasting yourself so that I don't roast you. Okay.
But I'm not. Once again, you got four puns in there. Rich in puns.
More puns, yes. Although again, it is almost longer than the article itself. All right, so those were your headlines. I'm just gonna do this one real quick. That was a quick game. I'm gonna say Nikolai gets 4 points, Sam gets 3 points, Allie gets 2 points, and Tim gets 1 point.
Wow.
Professional journalist Tim Donnelly. It might have been the way that you trash talked me there. That might have affected my judgment. Who am I to say? I guess I'm the judge. That's who I am to say. Wow.
Wow.
I don't.
Really lashing out here and wielding my power in a really terrible way. That is what I'm
terrible is right.
doing. Is Sam back on? Do you have? Okay, good. How's he doing?
He's okay. He just needs a little timeout. He's just here. He's howling. I don't know why.
I have a question for everybody in the show. We're going to move on to the next game. There's going to be a prepared live competition. How is your Welsh feeling right now?
Pretty good.
Okay, because we're going to do our pronunciation challenge. Here we go. So several weeks ago, I sent the name of a Welsh town to all 4 of my co-hosts and told them to prepare its pronunciation in advance of the show, and they would do it live. So each of you have 2 attempts to say the longest place name in Europe and the second longest single word place name in the world. I'm going to go in reverse order of the Tarabakov game. I'm going to put the place name on the screen. That means that the first person to go is going to be Sam Corbin.
Okay.
There's the town. And I'll put you on screen here. You get 2 shots at
All
this
right.
place name.
Here we go. My first. Oh, okay. He's done. Oh, no. Okay. My first attempt is Shan Fire Pirwin Hirhoheri Hwirn Drobo Ranticilio Go.
Pretty strong start from Sam. You also went full Welsh. I mean, you did the consonants that do not appear in American English or even most British English.
It's Welsh,
I
baby.
point out there are 4 L's in a row in this place name. Did you do any research? I think you might have.
Yeah, I had to hear someone say it that wasn't me, because otherwise it would have just been a Sims conversation.
Was it that Weatherman?
Yes.
Yeah.
Did everybody watch the Weatherman? Allie, did you see
we're
the
all
Weatherman?
watching the Weatherman.
I watched the Weatherman.
Yeah.
I've seen
watched
that
the Weatherman?
for years. I love it.
Okay. All right. That's strong from Sam. Next, we're going to hear Allie pronounce it. Unless, Sam, if you want to go again, I feel pretty good about that one.
Oh, I mean, I guess I'll
That's
do
like a
another
success for
one.
me.
I lose nothing by doing it
Yeah,
again,
give us
right?
another
You're
one.
just going to log the best one.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly. Yeah.
All right,
Yes,
here we go.
please.
Can Vire Purwin Gilgogeri Hwirn Drobo Huanticilio Go. I think my first one was better.
I think you're right. Also, it's terrific. However, if you came up and asked somebody that lived in that town how to get there, I think they would think you were looking for the pub in that town and that you had been overserved.
You know what? I'm willing to. I'm willing to.
Maybe you have.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. This is fun. All right, Allie. Here we go. 2 cracks at this.
All right, so we can admit to having researched.
Oh yes, I was
Okay.
hoping that somebody would not research and just do it blind, but everyone, all you have to do is pronounce it. So you can look it up. There's a bunch of videos. There's a bunch of pronunciation guides.
Yeah, I will confess to you that I listened to a pronunciation but forgot it somewhat promptly. But the only thing I remember was the first 2 syllables that I think I'm gonna nail, and then everything else from there gonna be bad. Here we go. Clanfire Pilgwin Gilgogar Twin Rob Willant Cilia Gogogush.
I mean, another strong showing. And I did not make you ask that as a question.
You didn't.
That was something you chose to do just for an extra degree of difficulty.
Yeah. I was really shilly-shallying about what we were.
Do you want to do an attempt number 2?
Nah, I'm gonna go with the original.
That's it. I love it. I love the confidence. That's fantastic. All right, next we've got Nikolai. Nikolai, give us a crack at this town.
Sure. This town is called Slandair Pushgungus Goger Shuin Robosh Shantir Shilio Gogogogos.
Wow.
Wow. I'm really thrilled for how hard you went on that. You got the speed too. There's a couple pauses in the middle, but you got the speed. It was more continuous. It's impressive. Do you want to do another take?
Sure.
All right. Let's again. Doesn't hurt.
Slanvargos Gungus Goger Shun Drobosh Santitilio Gogogo.
Very good.
Almost Russian.
That
Almost
sounded
Russian there.
Yeah, I think one of you was better between Sam and Nick. One of you was better on the vowels. One of you was better on the consonants. I think Sam nailed the specificity of the consonants better, but you got the different vowels a little bit more placement.
What did Allie do well, Jers?
You said it the most inquisitively, and you also were the most efficient with your use of time in preparing for this.
All right.
You wasted the least amount of time learning how to say things. All right, Tim. Here we go.
Okay, here we go.
Go. Wait, let me pull you up on screen. Here we go. Boom.
Okay. Clenfarpul Gwingil Go Garroch Windraubel do Clentil City Go Go Goch. I looked up how to do your tongue on your Welsh.
You've been hanging out at the same bar as Sam.
No. All right. Let me do a second pull.
Oh, let's do it.
Second way to say it is Gardy Lou. Gardy Lou.
Okay, I think we're gonna go. I'm gonna make my judgment here. This is, just so fun. And ultimately, again, the whole idea of this is the beret is meaningless. It's worthless. Although you all are really invested in the beret. It's just about having a great time with your wordy friends, and this is so much fun. But I do have to judge you. So I'm going to go 4 for Sam, 3 for Nikolai, 2 for Tim, and 1 for Allie.
Oh, Jesus Christ, man.
I want to say that Tim's, have you ever seen that haunting computer animation video about the glow glab galab? You know what I'm talking about?
No, what is this animation?
I can't say more because it will get more confusing if I try to explain it, but I'll send it around the Slack channel later. That's exactly how that pronunciation of that Welsh town sounded.
Did anyone do the research into what the town means?
Oh, yeah. Something, hold on. It was like a cottage on a hill.
I've got it right here. So yeah, it was a tourist trap idea. They decided to name the town after a bunch of different things in and around the town. So it translates to St. Mary's Church in the hollow of the White Hazel near the rapid whirlpool of St. Lenticilio is a saint of the Red Cave.
Like I said, cottage on a hill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what that
functionally
means.
the same thing.
How about that? All right. Well, that was our pronunciation game, and we're just blazing through.
Jerzy, we got some more donations if you want to shout them out.
Please do.
We got Gisela Garrett, Elise Caves, David Siffert, Rachel Stein, Alexander Blackstone, Mark Spear, Lila Sales. Remember that the donation link is in the YouTube description, and that 25% of the proceeds go to the charity of whoever wins this ridiculous thing that Jerzy's put together.
All right, I've just calmed down. Every time I hit them back, someone's up in the chat.
No, please.
We never did this when we were on Zoom, just changing our clothes on the stream.
It's a new platform, baby. Just wait till the next clip rolls. I'll change.
I have to tell everybody, I'm just going to check in. I am just now calmed down from the technical problems we had at this top of the show. So I just feel like I'm ready to start the show now.
It doesn't really begin.
Okay. Anyway, I'm feeling good. All right. So let's take a look at the next part of the improper nouns game and see the next two questions and see what I made Sam do also in this round. Where is it?
I would start playing right now. Not yet.
Here it is.
I'll just wait.
Yeah, there's a little delay on the videos, but after every two words that you say, it's thinking a little bit about
would you say tee-hee and kind of hold your hands up like you're laughing?
After every tee-hee, 2 words, tee-hee?
That's right.
Yes, tee-hee.
Well, I think I know Bono is real. Burt Bacharach is definitely not a real name.
Because isn't Declan McManus like, what's his name? Isn't that Elvis Costello's name or something like that?
I thought Pat Benatar was a man. I've never really listened to Pat Benatar, but I've always thought it was. Is it not a man? 2. I say 2.
You're right. It's 2.
Okay, I think Halsey is from New Jersey, and that's a real New Jersey-ass name, Frangipod. So I think that's real.
Oh God. Okay. Well, I don't feel like Megan Thee Stallone is real.
My mom knows for sure everything about Billie Eilish, but I know very little. But I feel like that's not her real name.
One of tee-hee these is tee-hee real. And tee-hee, that is tee-hee my cat. Tee-hee screaming in tee-hee the background tee-hee.
Maybe because you keep laughing at him.
But Billie Eilish's name is just too long. So I'm going to go with 2 out of 3 here.
2 out of 3 are real. So I think the little beginning of that video cut off, but I had Sam every 2 words had to say tee-hee like she was laughing and put her hands over her mouth.
And my cat did the screams in the video.
We saw that part.
That's called
You know the reason that this happened to you and nobody else, Sam? It's because I just decided whoever signed up for the latest possible slot of all of you was going to get that. Because I had to edit it all together, and I was like, "Oh, this will be a fun little thing to do for whoever."
Damn.
So you not only picked the latest slot of everybody, you picked the last one available, which was last night. And then when I was editing this all together, it's like, okay, well, I feel okay about it because I took, you took the.
I took my sweet time.
Yeah, that's all.
Yeah.
So we're going to play a live game. This will be our second live game. This is going to be a Gardy Lou. And this is a game that we've practiced but never played on the show before. And it is about spoonerisms. All right. So let me pull up my sleeves here. All right. So a spoonerism is a game where a spoonerism is a thing where 2 words have swapped the first sound of each of their words. I'm explaining this so poorly. Let me just give you an example. So I'm going to give you a pair of clues. And the definitions of the clues are spoonerisms of each other, meaning the first sounds are swapped, consonant sounds. Here's an example. If I gave you these 2 clues, bathe yourself standing and wiggle a high building, somebody Gardy Lou for this practice.
Gardy Lou.
Nikolai, do you know what it is? I made you Gardy Lou.
No. I'm confused.
Yeah. We both have one word in this. Go ahead, Ellie.
Hold on. Bathe yourself standing is to shower.
Yeah.
Wiggle a high building. Hold on. I thought I had it.
This is just the example.
Gardy Lou.
Yeah.
Take a shower, shake a tower.
Take a shower, shake a tower.
Okay.
There we go.
Okay.
Yeah.
I get
Better
it.
shown than explained by me tonight, apparently.
I'm a visual learner.
All right, so let's go. Give me some Gardy Loos as we go.
It looks like it says take a shake, shower, tower.
Take a shake, shower, tower. This could be on our bad kerning episode.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Here's the clues. Struck some notes. A Casio instrument.
Oh, Gardy Lou.
Tim Donnelly.
Hit a chord, harpsichord.
Close, but no cigar. Anybody else want to grab this one? All right, I'm going to time it out in 3, 2, 1. That is B chord and keyboard.
Okay.
So that's another important thing to know is it's about the sound and not necessarily the spelling, right? So think of how you would pronounce it.
Piano, but then like P. I was making P puns. Wasn't good.
Always
I don't
making P
understand.
puns.
Am I being rude if I I don't understand why struck some notes is B chord.
I guess it could be some notes. You would have a good grievance with the Vocabaret board.
Yeah, we're
Too bad they don't exist.
Straight chord.
With the clue. I think the rest of them are more straightforward. Here we go.
Board or the I don't know. There's
That was a little esoteric, I guess. Yeah. Okay, here we go.
Great.
Former VP candidate, a fun summer activity. Former VP candidate and a fun.
Gardy Lou.
Tim Donnelly.
Sarah Palin and Parasailing.
Oh,
There it is.
It's good.
Good. Very good. Okay. All right.
You're cleaning up here.
All right, we're in the thick of it now.
We got cleaned up. You got one, but here we go. We got it. We're figuring it out. Just a couple more of these. A drinking game and a friend's weed pipe.
Oh, Gardy Lou.
Jim Gardy Lou.
Tim got it again.
Beer pong and pier bong.
That is correct.
Nice.
Beer pong and pier bong. 2 in a row.
I'm doing very poorly.
We got a lot of challenges, though.
This is, bad. This is
Oh, all right. That's next. That was it. That was the game.
Oh.
Boom.
Wow.
Try another one.
Oh,
Yes, yes, yes.
That was a quickie. Okay. Amazing. Tim pulling away a little bit. No, actually, I'm going to take that back. It's all really close. Allie's at 9, Nikolai 12, Tim 13, Sam 15 with quite a few things to go.
These standings. Don't.
Very exciting.
Don't like them.
Now we are going to play a game that we used to call Who the Hell Called It? And we're going to call now the Punch Up. There we go. That's the Punch Up. We take something that isn't named well and we give it a better name. That's not it. It's going to be this.
It's kind of it.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, I was way off. Actually, we're going to do something else. We're going to do our 6-word story instead. We're going to do the 6-word story challenge because that's the order it is for me. Okay, so instead we'll do that Punch Up in a second. But first, we're going to do the 6-word story challenge. So this was another one they got a few weeks ago. And the challenge was to write the scariest 6-word story without using the letter E. Okay. Famously, Ernest Hemingway wrote a sad story, For Sale, Baby Shoes Never Worn. We are going to do better than Hemingway. Here's our first one. This is from Nikolai. It has a two-parter. It places me in a place, and then an event happens. There's a journey. Is this a true story, Nikolai?
No, but it's easy to make the leap. I feel like also it's hard to not. Everything has an E in it. I'm just gonna say that every letter, every word has an E in it except for these 6.
It is the most popular letter in the English language. Yeah.
Yeah. So
you did a great job. You found some long words.
You could
really
have also
great.
been tripping on mushrooms.
When I always think I hear my landlord knocking.
Tripping on mushrooms. That's a much less. If acid, that you could take some turns.
Okay.
Darker turns, I would say. I think, my opinion. Not that I've done it, dear NSA.
That's a strong contender. This next one is from Allie.
Ugh.
Trump runs again and wins again. I mean, we've only seen 2 of 4, but that's the winner, right? Let's see what else we have. I mean, Allie, is this a true story?
I mean, in some alternate timeline, yeah. So somewhere, yeah. We'll talk about
It's scary.
timelines another time. But yes, it's somewhere that's true.
There's a 2-parter, runs again and wins again. Again, it's like 2 chapters and 6 words. It's
Crucial comma.
the comma really nails it. Yeah, I mean, this is your front runner right now.
Thank you. Thank you.
Here's the next one. Yang routs field, wins mayoral campaign. Now, Tim, I have 3 questions about this.
Why did I use the letter E?
Well, yeah. First of all, my first question is, what the fuck is that? What the fuck is that?
Wait, is that what I sent you?
Explain yourself. What have you done? Did you miss that in the brief, or were you
I think he was tripping on acid when the landlord was knocking and got
Look, what's scarier than not reading the rules completely?
not being prepared for the competition you're about to enter? It's very Andrew Yang.
This was obviously a different draft that I should not have sent you. But I think points for creativity. It stands out. Look, it stands out more than the other ones.
That's true. I mean, it stands out because you blatantly disregarded the rules. All right, let's see Sam's. I mean, I can't even believe it, Tim. You're vying for the lead here, and you might just blow this. I can't believe it. This is from Sam. Flying cockroach invasion. Nothing stops it.
That's pretty fucking terrifying.
Scary.
I'll take cockroach over Trump, I think.
Yeah.
Would you though? Would you take the invasion that nothing stops? At least Trump can't win more than 2 terms.
They're immortal?
That's what you think.
But if he won a second one, then he'd somehow finagle it so that he could win many more.
If you think about it, me and Allie's 6-word stories are exactly the same.
Explain that.
I don't think I will. I don't think I will.
I'm not going to let her
spotlight me. I will not be spotlit for this.
It's happening. I'm sorry. I spotlit you.
I like that all of our stories are 2-parters. They all have 2
full stops here.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to make judgment.
Strong.
I will say that my 2 have 2 different things are happening. I'm just going to say that.
No, I noted that there's an art. There's a journey.
There's an arc. Look,
yeah, I mean, I just have to say, I'm not personally scared of I don't like cockroaches or flying cockroaches, but it's not my greatest, fear. So as the judge, I mean, no, you've been a very good panderer so far, but I have to say this is going to be Allie in the top spot, Nikolai with 3 points, Sam with 2, and Tim with 0 for breaking the rules of the game. 0 points, Tim.
Wow. Cancel culture strikes again. And there is an
Your story has been canceled. Amazing. Okay, now we're going to play the next game, which is 6-word stories. Actually, I can just leave these slides up. So I already explained it. This is something that they wrote in advance. Again, wait, are we going to do that? Oh, no. Actually, you know what we're going to do? Let's watch a little bit more of the improper nouns game. Watch the next round of that, and then we'll do the 6-word stories. See what we made Sam do, and see what everybody else answered to these questions. Okay. He really doesn't want to. Okay, here we go. My favorite character from Star Wars, Yoda.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He had a certain way of speaking, like a certain kind of syntax.
Yeah.
And also a certain voice that he kind of spoke in,
Yes. No, that was not it. Do not put that in the show.
Oh, don't even start. That's my sport. Let's do it. I'm going to crush this one.
Bogdan Bogdanovich, Boban Marjanovic.
None of these is Rob Blagojevich, who I would thought you might throw in here.
1. Wait, no, 2. Maybe the first 2 are brothers. 2.
I would love it if all 3, but it doesn't seem realistic. So I'm going to go...
1 real there is.
It's all 3. All 3 are real.
3. They're all real.
You got it.
They're all real people. One of them is really, really good. One of them is relatively okay. And one is fine.
Nene, Nyambi, Bol. How many of these are real?
Right. Nene, I feel like, is a form of dancing, but also a basketball player. I don't know. And Nyambi could be real.
Well, let's see. Music had Duran Duran, Squirty Politti, and Milli Vanilli.
This is a good one. But it's one of those things where I know the NBA, but like, do I know the NBA? Two. I don't know who Nyambi Nyambi is. I know Bol Bol and Nene.
You got it.
All right, cool.
Nyambi Nyambi is a real guy. He's an actor.
Guess this time I will not too. Real are?
That is correct.
You could ask me the exact same questions all in a row again right now, and I'd get this. I'd get them all wrong.
Great Yoda.
Would anyone like to try a Yoda impression just to level the playing field here?
Would I?
Oh. Okay, that was a I would, if I remember my math right.
Would I? A lot of great stuff in there.
Can we talk for a second about Jeffrey Lewis's justification of he was like naming musical artists, and that was a way to somehow rationalize
His way in was music and numbers the whole time. So I mean, yeah, we can talk. Let's talk about the other three. So,
Love it.
Julian was really excited to get NBA because he's like, I'm going to crush it, and he got up with the questions.
He did, yeah.
Jeffrey just was like, I'm going to guess at all of these, and so he would just relate it back to music. So we had Duran Duran, Milli Vanilli, and Squiddy Politti. He's like, oh, there's repetitive names in this. Jackie's whole thing was like she was trying to figure me out psychologically, and then she decided that they were all going to be 2 out of 3, and a lot of them were 2 out of 3, but a lot of them weren't. So it was a game of cat and mouse where I'm not sure if I was the cat or the mouse in that when we were playing. But it was very intimidating to be quizzing an astrophysicist, and the 3 of them did pretty well. I think you're seeing them rack up some points. So we'll see at the end kind of how everybody did. Let us now finally. I've long promised this punch-up game. We're going to play it now. So this is a game where we come up with better words for things that have a bad word. This is one I've been talking about for so long. The word podcast. So your challenge was come up with a new word for podcast, and the best replacement wins. Yeah, pretty straightforward. What did we come up with? This is from Sam. Explain your show to us.
Yeah. Well, I thought, all right, we got to come up with something that's better, that does a better job of explaining what it is to, like, what a podcast is. It is a show for your ears, and it's snappier. I could imagine people saying, listen to our new ear show, or we're doing a live ear show. You know, it works. It just works across all platforms.
It's very across all platforms, downloadable.
That's
it's very literal. I saw it and I understood it. So if I saw, hey, check out my ear show, I would know what that was.
Yeah.
It's a little literal, but I like it.
Also, if you flip it, it's an answer to how do you listen to it? How?
Ears.
Oh, here's how. Here's how.
Here's how. Here's how to listen to it.
Here's how you listen to it.
Tim is still living in that Terabakov game, the last game in which he did not break the rules. He's just trying to go back to it.
I didn't break the rules in spoonerisms either.
Oh, that's true. That's a good point. Okay, fair enough. Fair play. Here's the next one. Speaking of Tim, this is your podcast replacement word, casket.
Casket. I came up with this because I was like, okay, what's another word for pod? Husk. What's another word for husk? Cask. You don't pod it, you cask it into your brain. And because if you listen to enough politics podcasts by white guys named John, you want to be in a casket.
That is true. I mean, the big knock on this one is that it is already the name of something. So it's a PR nightmare.
Also,
they can make that work. That's fine. It happens all the time.
You want to join me in my casket next Thursday?
Yeah.
As you were coming up with this, did you have just like a dry erase board and you were like speaking to no one? You're like, what do you call? What is this? A husk? And then you're like crossing things out. I imagine. That's
How do you guys come up with things?
I have a portable dry erase board. Mine's not mounted on the wall.
Got it.
Personally.
Does include the letter E, but that is allowed. All these letters are allowed in this game.
Thank you.
So that's
Loud
pretty
and
good.
it's
These are
allowed.
strong. Are they strong? I feel pretty good about them. We have streams of consciousness from Allie.
Mm-hmm. So, okay, I will tell you,
Explain
anytime
this, yeah.
we've ever had a who the hell called it type of game, my brain like doesn't quite like jump on the premise as immediately as it does. Well, I say as immediately as it does for other games, but so far I haven't been doing that well. So which one? Anyway, for this particular game, my brain is like, do I have to posit a phrase that's like in existence but in a different context, and then this is like the ideal application of that versus the more established context. So anyway, for this one, I thought, well, what's a phrase that we use elsewhere but is more applicable to podcasts, because podcasts are oftentimes a lot of people rambling, and these were my thoughts, so that's why I proposed.
I appreciate that very eloquent explanation of your approach to the game. I mean, one of the things I will say about the show, the reason that there are different kinds of games, and some of them are live and some of them are in advance, and some of them are more about puns, some of them are more about spelling, and is because we all come at our wordplay and our love of language differently. So I want to make sure that each of us has a chance to shine. So I appreciated your delving into that. I will also add that I think one thing to do with something like this is when I ask for a word, to not give 3 words.
Wow. Wow. Okay.
However, this is a good description of it. You know,
Did you ask for a word?
Anything back?
Did you ask for a word though?
Let's go back in the slide.
Let's go back to the prompt.
Yep. There it is, right there.
Is that what was emailed in the challenge brief?
I encourage you to check it out if you want to take it up with the pun board. I'm confident about this one.
Check your casket, Ellie.
The B chord I think was a fair grievance, and me torturing Sam for that whole game. But this was the brief. I don't know if it's a total 0, but it's something to consider as we
This is
judge.
like a Tim's E scenario. It's fine.
Because you're not the only one that did it. Here's Nikolai's Squarespace Jam.
All right.
Nikolai, tell us why you chose Squarespace Jam.
Originally, it was one word, and then I decided to space it out because it was a little bit of a mess. You know, they're all sponsored by Squarespace. Let's face facts. And
Sure.
Space Jam is a hit film, so I thought we were trying to be funny here. It seems like maybe I was different.
Why would you think that?
And
Show.
I think it's a terrible name for a podcast, but I think it's a funny name for a podcast. And it's jamming because it's like music, the way musicians jam. Like it's mostly garbage, and a lot of people don't cut out the good parts. They just like throw it out like a jam. A lot of podcasts are bad.
I agree. It is funny. It's like sort of like a Jeopardy before and after clue, where you took 2 things that shared the word space. I don't understand what Space Jam has to do with it, but it made me laugh when I read it.
Squarespace Jam.
Got it. And so okay. So yeah, I was impressed by these, but not super thrilled by them. So I did have to reach out for one more entry from someone else who might have a little bit more experience in this field. So we do have another surprise visit from a former guest of the show who submitted an option in this category. So that means within the ranking, there are 5 possible points you can win.
Wow.
So let's see what our surprise guest offered as an alternative for podcast.
Hey everyone, my name's Sean. I was once a guest on the show. Congratulations on your World Series. I have a different word for podcast. It's not extravagant or terribly creative, but I think it really delivers on all the fronts. You ready? Radio. As in like, I heard this great thing on the radio. Thanks for your time.
Okay, so that's the 5th entry is radio.
I think you did say that was already a thing. You said that to Tim's.
I did say come up with a new word for podcast.
New word.
So they're nits to pick in all of these. That is from a professional podcaster, a very good one.
I feel like word and term are often used interchangeably. I don't want to.
You're still on about this one word versus term thing. And you checked your email and you saw it said a word, and you still fighting again.
I'm going to project it as a criticism of you. Yes.
I stand with Allie on this. From the 3-word club.
3-word club.
Also,
I understand because there's the Vocabaret is at stake, and the standings are very close.
I love a hat. I said it before.
Who doesn't love a hat? We all love the
hats often. I wore a hat earlier today.
Now you're just waiting for the hat.
Because I've already accepted I'm not winning the hat.
Okay, don't ask me to explain this, but I've made my decision. First place, I'm going to go Tim Donnelly with Casket. Second place, I'm going to go Sam with Ear Show. So that's going to be 5 for Tim 4 for Sam. I'm going to go with 3 for Allie.
Sure.
2 for professional podcaster, Sean, and 1 for Nick.
Radios are kind of wave. This is
So, listen, I know we're all very close here. So we have Nikolai and Allie have 16 points currently. Tim has 18. Sam has 21. And we have the results of our big game and then one more game before we wrap things up.
YouTube television, because it's just radio is its own thing.
I know. That's why it got 2 points.
But
I believe Sean
this is a very tight race here.
I want this goddamn hat.
But we do have Sam. You got a little bit of a cushion. Let's see how we did in the next part of our.
I got so many wrong in this game.
Sam, can you have joint custody when you win?
Yeah, of course. Of course. Me Wednesdays and Saturdays, you know, we'll work out. I don't know math.
Right.
Okay, so this is going to be the last round. This is going to be about 3+ minutes for the last round. This was the longest round, and then we'll tally up the scores too. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
This is the round that was about White House pets and which of them were real. Sam, will you please talk your way through these last 2 questions as Siri?
Yes, I will.
Mr. Protection the horse, Fighting Bob Evans the guinea pig, and Macaroni the pony.
Okay, Macaroni the pony is definitely real.
Yankee Doodle stuck a feather in his hat and called it macaroni, as we all know historically. But that was not an actual animal in the White House, I think.
I feel like Macaroni the pony is totally real because it's just someone's daughter was like, we got a pony, let's call him Macaroni.
Damn it. They all work.
Mr. Protection seems like a Republican type of thing.
A guinea pig. Maybe somebody had a kid.
The guinea pig bit me once as a child. I don't remember its name.
Here's what I found. I think that 2 of these are real.
Fighting Bob Evans seems like a kind of like weird thing that a president would come up with. Mr. Protection also seems like that. Macaroni the pony is the only one that seems not quite real, so I'm gonna go 2.
It's 3, Nikolai. It's all 3.
No, let's go with they're all real.
They're all real.
Yeah? All
Yeah.
right.
Mr. Protection is Benjamin Harrison's horse. Fighting Bob Evans is Teddy Roosevelt's guinea pig. And Macaroni the pony is JFK's pony.
All right.
Ebenezer the donkey, Do Funny the songbird, and William Johnson hippopotamus, a pygmy hippo.
These are all things that lived at the White House?
Maybe. Either none of them, one of them, 2 of them, or 3 of them. It's the last question. I feel like it's late to be asking how the game works.
Pygmy hippo at the White House? Like I could see Do Funny the songbird because I don't know, people like songbirds. How you can't put a hippo at the White House? That's not possible. Where are they even going to put it? So 2 out of 3. 2 out of 3.
My search reveals nothing for pygmy hippo. Therefore, I think that only one of these is real.
Well, I haven't thrown a 1 at you in a while. Let me say 1.
And I believe the hippo is real based on George Washington University lore about hippos in D.C. So I'm going to say 2 of these are real, and the songbird is a red herring.
The songbird is in fact a songbird, and they are all real.
Wow.
Calvin Coolidge had a pygmy hippo in the White House.
Why?
Wow.
Any guesses on Do Funny the songbird?
I'll say LBJ.
Do Funny the songbird. I like that guess. It was also Calvin Coolidge.
Wow.
And Ebenezer the donkey, any guesses?
I'm going to say Coolidge, Calvin.
Yeah, it was Calvin Coolidge.
Oh, you did all three with Coolidge?
I mean, you might as well, especially back then when like they didn't really understand that you're not supposed to do that.
That was a mess, that presidency. We all talk about Trump, but there were just donkeys and birds and hippos running around.
These are all also real.
Kill me.
These were all owned by Calvin Coolidge. All by the same president. Isn't that odd?
Is the game over?
Yes, the game is over.
Thank God.
Sam was such a good Siri.
Oh, thank you.
Damn, it was a great Siri.
Thank you.
I told you this. I cut it for time, but I did tell you at the end, of all the people that played, you had the best Yoda I heard, the best Siri I heard, the best TVs of anybody.
At the time, you should have seen my reactions. I was like, me? The best? I didn't know it was the only.
Yeah, you said something like, oh, I'm the only one that did Siri because I let you pick Siri.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
technically also the worst. As the only, you take all superlative.
Okay,
didn't
Alex
mention that
out
at
for
the time.
blood.
I'm
out
so
for
mad
blood.
that I've already lost the hat. That I was just manifesting in ways.
Anything can happen.
No, we haven't done our
Yeah, I mean,
I'm sorry.
Allie, I wouldn't be too quick about that. Don't start drowning your sorrows quite yet, because this is the final tally. And I will remind you, we had, when Sean was in, we had 5 possible points. So there are 7 possible points if you come in first in this game, because I'm ranking 1 to 7. And then we're giving points to Jackie, Julian, and Jeffrey, who, I mean, I don't think they can come from behind at this point and win the show. They could win the game, though.
Are they going to show up at the end?
Live? No, I wish they were. But
9:45?
they graciously joined us asynchronously to play the game. So here, let's look at the tally, what we've got so far. So just keep in mind, so if like people are tied for first, it would go 7, 7, and then it would go to 5, right? Like if you tie, first and second would tie for first, and then the next person would be third place. So they'd get the amount of points for third place. It'll make sense. Here is the tally for the game. So this is when I started looking at it, I was kind of editing through. This is how it ended up. So it's a tough game, right? We had both Jackie and Julian got 4, Jeffrey with 3, Tim with 3, Allie with 3, Sam with 2, Nikolai with 2. However, Allie, I went to the Vocabaret board. If you remember, during our game of cities, I said Austin, Arkansas, instead of Austin, Alaska. And you said that all 3 of them were correct. And there is an Austin, Arkansas.
Wow.
So that means the tallies look like this.
Hey!
Allie with 4, Julian and Jackie with 4. So that means Jackie and Julian and Allie get 7 points from this game.
Okay.
Jeffrey and Tim get 3. And Nick and Sam get 2.
To confirm, I am not rewarded in any way for my humiliation.
We can discuss it.
You're
Sam,
rewarded
I
with
just want to make sure
laughter.
we get these points in for this.
My
game.
award was laughter?
Did you see how much the
The
chat left?
laughter of thousands.
Enjoyed it. Have you checked the chat activity? The chat activity?
Let me tell you something. Laughter is not made out of wool with a little tiny little nub on top that makes
Hey,
me
bud.
look a little French.
If you want to reward Sam, go ahead and donate to our PayPal. The link is in the YouTube
There
description.
it is.
Yeah, I guess.
Okay.
4 for 10.
I would just like to say this is the first time where I haven't been like sullen about my near the next to nothing chances of winning the hat, and they've been transferred to Sam just in that round. It's not. I mean, they'll come back to me. Don't worry. But am I making sense? I feel like I'm not making sense because no one's responding.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. I think we should do a bonus round. How about that? So I'm going to offer all 4 of you a chance to get a bonus point in the game. And I have to say, we still have 1 big game left, but it's very close. Nikolai
Don't tell us
18,
the tally. Ugh,
Tim 22, Allie 23, Sam 23.
This is devastating. Me and Allie and I.
We already agree we're going to have joint custody. Of
That's
this
true.
Joint custody,
That's
right.
true.
I mean, if you win, it's still,
You
I mean, it's well within reach for everyone here.
I'm not even competing anymore.
So we're going to go up for a bonus point. I'm going to say, Sam, you automatically get a bonus point for this bonus round. You don't have to do anything. You just get a bonus point because you did all the things that I made you do.
Oh, thank you. Wow.
Everybody else has to answer a question. So this is about recall from the that game, the improper nouns game that we spread out over the whole show. So first, I'm going to say, Tim, your bonus point question is the following.
Oh, boy.
We talked about those NBA players at one point.
Yep.
Which movie did Boban Marjanovic appear in? We talked about it during our game stream recording.
Which movie did he appear in?
Yeah.
We talked about this?
Yeah.
You and I?
Mm-hmm.
During the game
This is
stream.
not the questions game, Tim.
I have the footage.
Turns
Can
out
I ask,
Jersey did
can I
make
ask
someone else do
Siri,
it.
Sam?
Jolly who? Jolly, what's the word?
Tim, I mean,
I'm going to guess.
Off the rails.
Is it
Take a
Space
guess.
Jam A New Legacy?
it is not Space Jam: A New Legacy.
Jolly.
Is that an actual movie?
I'm going to take, but Nick, what did you want to say? It wasn't Ballyhoo. It was.
Gardy
It's
Lou.
Jolly Lou.
No.
Jolly Lou. Jolly Lou.
Gardy Lou.
Gardy Lou. Gardy Lou. It's John Wick 3.
I'm going to say,
we
yeah,
did
I'm going
talk
to give it to you. I'm going to let you steal that point. Let's keep things close here. All right, now we'll give you your own question.
Me?
Yeah, Nikolai.
Okay.
Your question is, we talked about Teddy Roosevelt's guinea pig. What was the name of the guinea pig?
What?
We rated on it. We just saw a bunch of videos about it. What's
I
Teddy Roosevelt's guinea pig's name? The one that we talked about in the game.
not Mr. Protection. That was the horse. Fuck. I don't. I'm gonna say no. Do Funny was the song, but I remember all the other ones.
You really do.
Henry Hippopotamus was the hippopotamus. I don't know. Little Teddy guinea pig boy.
Gardy Lou.
Allie.
Can we do that? Is that allowed?
He did it to Tim. I think you can.
I'll tell you who it was. You
Yeah.
ready? It was
I'm ready.
Fighting Bob Evans.
Say it again.
Fighting Bob Evans.
Yeah, Fighting Bob Evans is correct. You
Nice.
you remember that? I don't know if you heard it during the video, but Allie said, "I once was bitten as a child by a guinea pig. I don't remember its name," which is a wonderful poem by William Carlos Williams.
It was biting Bob Evans.
Fighting Bob.
That's the show, folks.
I live for like a full hour. I don't
Okay,
know.
so but Allie, I haven't asked you your own question yet.
Oh God. Yeah.
You also mentioned during the game that your mother knows everything about Billie Eilish, which I thought was very funny.
She does. She does.
Do you remember where Billie Eilish's special nickname came from? That was a surprise. One of her her middle name. One of her middle names was Pilot. Pirate.
Yeah, you told me it was her brother.
That's it. That is correct. It's her brother.
There's one thing I got. It's memory.
These are all things that we chatted about on the stream. Okay,
Allie,
so
when's my
Allie got
birthday?
2 bonus points. Sam got 1.
What?
Nikolai got 1. Tim
December
got blank
14th.
and the bonus point. Still very close. We're going to play the last game.
Chat. Listen to that. No, I'm
Come
kidding.
on. Mark your
I know.
calendars, ladies and
I know
gentlemen.
you know that.
And non-binaries. Mark it. Yeah.
Fantastic stuff. Okay, here we go. We're going to play the last game. I don't know if you know what the name of this one is, but this is the one where we're going to do mashup puns.
Oh.
It's got a really chill graphic and a fun look. It's called Pun Collider.
Wow.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, right. That's a fun one.
Yeah.
We're just like kind of ending it out on a smooth vibe. Oh, right. Oh, it's not here. Okay. So the first thing we're going to do is explain the game, which is I gave each of you 2 categories. And the idea is we're going to do rounds where you're going to put forth a pun that covers both categories. This is similar to a game that I play on a podcast, or as I like to call it, a casket, called Pun It, which is an international game show based out of London. And they do this thing where you prep mashup puns. It's also similar to the Punderdome card game. But the idea of taking mashup puns, prepping them, and going head-to-head against other competitors is something that I learned by playing this podcast, Pun It, and I highly recommend the show. And so I basically took their game, and we're going to play it here. So we have 2 teams, or 2 sets of adversaries going against each other. we have Nikolai and Sam are going to go first, and you got the same mashup categories. So the way it's going to go is I'm going to get one pun from Sam that satisfies both these categories and one pun from Nikolai, and somebody's going to win that round. And we're going to do that 3 times. So you could win 3 points if you win all 3 rounds. So there's a little strategy here. Also, you might have come up with the same things as other people. So you might need to think on your feet a little bit. I don't know if you wrote more than 3, but if you did, that would be helpful to kind of go to the stock. You kind of want to play it as it comes up. One other final game twist. I came up with 1 pun for each pair. And if you say the pun that I came up with, it's written down right here on this Post-it note. If you say it, that's -1 point.
Wow.
Wow,
All
good. Okay.
A little twist.
All right.
And so it's still keeping it lively.
What the fuck? Sorry.
No, your category, let me pull it up here. We got a little cute graphic and
I don't
everything.
know why I apologize for that. There are
These
no
2
kids.
topics that we're
Don't do it. Take it back. Just take
It's
it
after
back.
9:30. I should be in bed.
flowers
right now.
and musicians and bands. Okay, musician and band names and types of flowers, puns that satisfy both. We're going to go head-to-head 3 rounds. This is going to be Sam and Nikolai. I'm going to actually take the rest of us off the screen. I'll stay on so you can hear me. I'll pull Tim. All right, Nick and Sam. I'll go with Sam first this round. Flowers and musicians and band names. What is your mashup pun?
I don't understand why they're called New Kids on the Block if they're grown-ups. Are they adults or kids?
Okay, do I go?
Or kids. Got it.
Why was that so long?
I was following your logic. I mean, I was following the story. I got so wrapped up in the story.
All right.
All right, Nikolai.
Imagine snapdragons.
I'm going to go with Imagine Snapdragons.
Thank you.
It's 1 out of 3.
You're saying that, forget it.
Is this the next pun? Okay, here we go.
Rumor has it the Blues Brothers are going to rebrand in a slightly different genre and come back as the Jazzmen.
Okay. Yes. Good. I like the context and the setup.
We definitely
Nikolai.
did it differently. I just did the words public and enemy because an enemy is a flower that then see an enemy is
public anemone. Yes.
Yes.
All right. That's got to be the Jasmine pun there. That's a point for Sam.
I could go the direction you did, Nick, with this next one, but I this is my favorite pun, so I think I have to do it as I intended it.
Okay, let's hear one from Sam.
Do you know what they call tulips in Italian? Due lipa. That's
Good.
stupid.
All right, Nick, what do you think?
The Sex Pistols.
Very good. I got to give it to Sam, though. That's 2 Sam, 1 to Nikolai. And that was the round. Nice work. No one said my forbidden pun, which was Violet Femmes.
Oh, I have that. That was one of my backups.
That was one of your backups?
Along with Daisy DC.
Out of curiosity,
Yes.
was Nick's what you were looking for? Did I fuck up that challenge?
No, you actually won 2 out of 3. It wasn't
I know, but I
necessarily what I was
meant-
expecting, but I think it's fantastic.
All right.
No, you won.
All right.
And you're
I'm
in.
just
You're.
curious.
It's.
Imposter syndrome at its finest.
There's a lot happening here on this board.
That's true.
Okay.
Okay.
Now we're going to move on to the next one. This is going to be Tim versus Allie, and this is musical instruments and countries of the world mashup puns. Okay. So I'm going to pull Sam and Nick off the stream, and here we go. You need to get centered on your camera for this one. We're going to go Allie, then Tim. Okay.
Yeah.
Countries and musical instruments, round 1. Here we go.
Relative to yours. Okay. No, my head's the same size. I'm going first.
Yeah, Allie, you're first.
Okay. I was afraid my trip to Basque country in France might blow. But turns out everywhere you go in that country, the French horny.
French horny. Okay.
Blow, brass. I mean, there were
No.
again.
I mean, 3 puns in there. This is a little bit like the headline. Yeah.
Am I doing it wrong?
I mean, you're spreading out your wealth over 3 puns.
Oh, but there's plenty.
Let's see what Tim came up with.
More riches to be
Tim,
had.
countries and musical instruments.
Okay, after the U.S. president decided to play a string instrument and Singapore version of the national anthem, the country decided to ban Joe from coming back.
We're really smushing a lot of puns into this 1 pun game. However, I'll take Singapore versus French horny, and I'll give it to Singapore.
I don't like it.
Tim gets that one.
Okay.
All right, let's do round 2.
Always wins. What are the rules here? Head's not even. Here we go.
Yeah. What do you think, Allie? What's
All right.
your number 2?
Hey, Jers, your trip to Australia. I know you originally had to cancel it, but did you redo your ticket booking all over again?
Did you redo? Very good. Tim Donnelly.
You know, foreign Botswana disrupt our online concert. We better sit our asses down and pay attention.
Foreign Botswana. Okay. That's got to be didgeridoo for me.
Hey,
That's a good one.
Okay.
But Botswana, these are both strong puns. And still we haven't touched on the forbidden pun yet. So
There's still time.
holy moly. It's really exciting stuff happening here. Round 3, Allie v. Tim.
All right. Another question for you, Jers. If you're planning a trip to Holland, would wind influence your itinerary, or would it just be Dutch and go?
Woodwind, yes. Good. Dutch and go. Tim, that was my Yoda. Tim, what do you think?
I told my friend T that when I entered the church, spooky sounding instruments were all that I can see, T, but I was only there a minute.
Theremin.
It was Vatican City and theremin.
Oh, I see. Vatican CT was the pun on the country. So I'm going to evaluate Vatican CT as the
and there a minute was also
and there a minute. I know, but the one boy. But also it was Dutch for touch and Vatican CT for Vatican City are the country puns. And then the theremin was kind of a different pun. They didn't really combine. Oh boy. Okay.
I got more puns on my
I'm sure you do. Well,
FYI.
This might come in handy. Those more puns. I'm going to give this round to Tim.
I didn't see that coming, honestly.
This is a very, very close final.
I feel like I dropped that round. Me too. Sound off
In 4th with 20, Nikolai. In 3rd with 24, Tim.
Wow.
With 26 points, Allie and Sam are tied with 26 at the end of all this.
Oh, baby.
Split the hat. Split the
hat.
Split the hat. I would rather see it perish than split it into.
Not split into.
Sorry, you said in Paris?
Solomon over here.
Were they wear berets?
So we're going to do a 2-minute pun off.
Oh, shit.
This is
Okay.
the part where I say that I have had to pee for so long.
I also
All right, that's going to be really hard.
No,
We'll
it's
do
too
this.
late. It's too late. It's putting it's getting us going.
Go.
Let's make it quick. You know?
You got it.
Vocab or diaper.
So here's how this is going to work. I did send you this as a warning in case we had to do a tiebreaker. It's going to be Sam versus Allie. We'll do pun back and forth for 2 minutes. And then myself, Nikolai, and Tim will each choose a winner. We'll do it over text by secret ballot, and I will announce the winner. Okay?
I don't have my. It's downstairs.
Sorry,
I
that's
don't know
just
what
a
that
little
is.
inside joke for
She's got the Tina Fey button, and I have an Amy Poehler button, and we got those a long time ago. It's like our own little friendship pins.
I love it.
You guys are supposed to be enemies right now.
No, that's never going to happen. I'm so sorry.
I'm gonna keep us all 5 on screen. Tim and Nick, I'll do some texting so that we can do some voting. Wait, make sure it's on 2 seconds. And Tim Donnelly, as this month's producer, why don't you throw out a punning topic for Sam and Allie to do for 2 minutes?
Oh boy, let's do bicycles.
Puns on bicycles. That has been the call. Here we go. 2 minutes starting now.
Well, Tim spoke it, so it's true.
But I didn't hear it exactly. Can you say it again?
Could you put captions on that pun? I didn't see it properly.
You know. I told you I've got to go to the bathroom for a long time, but it's been too long. I just peed my pants.
I have to go really badly, though.
Oh, God. Hold on. There's something in my hair. I got to get it out. I'm sorry. I'm tired. I don't have any good ones.
For anyone listening at home, you can tell the pressure is mountain bike wise.
Can this be over soon? So hybrid you would do? Hybrid was
yes, it was. I wish this had a French portion so I could say, never mind, it's not worth it. Okay, I am a strong defender, which is why I will continue to make bike puns.
I see what you did there.
I am gonna ruin you, and the audience is gonna watch you bike rack.
So I know that was very aggressive.
20 seconds.
Okay, I ride over, wide areas. I've been known to span decks.
Allie, what if I started rapping about bikes? Would you be able to handle bars?
Okay.
Allie, give one final since Sam started it. Give us your last one.
I've now that I'm vaccinated, everyone's sexy to me. I'm going through a bit of a bicycle.
There we go. Okay, Tim and Nick, if you would, on Secret Ballot, text your vote to me, we will determine the winner of the first ever word championship.
I still have to pee.
I have no idea what came out of my mouth for the last 3 minutes, and I also still have to pee.
It's going to be such a satisfying pee when it happens. Okay, so
we're doing that. I can read our last few donors.
That's what I was hoping you would do. Thank you.
Yep. We have Eric Silver, Robert Montague Jr., Joseph Frazier, Aaron Benoit, Shauna Corbin, and Melton Sharp, who says #buy the dip, which I believe is something crypto related.
Oh, got it. Okay.
My aunt said buy the dip? No, someone
Yes,
else.
Shauna Corbin said buy the dip.
What?
Really into Bitcoin.
She said to the moon.
All right. We have our next show is coming up on the 3rd Wednesday of May. It's going to be a live streaming show. We also have big news is that we're going to be going back to live performance in New York City the following month. So we're going to have a June 10th live show back at our home at Caveat. We can't wait to see you socially distanced there and have a real live audience to respond to us. So we stop driving ourselves and each other crazy in these little windows.
We don't have all the details yet, but we will soon, and we will share them.
Yeah, exactly.
There'll also still be a streaming component for those who are not New York.
Oh, yeah, we're going to keep doing the streams. I know we have a lot of friends and fans all over the country. We're going to still keep doing streams of the live shows, and then we'll do some other kind of streams. And also, the next month's show is going to be a live stream, and it is hosted by the winner of the first ever Word Championship, Sam Corbin.
Sorry, that was louder than my cat.
That was amazing. Damn, you won. You won the Vocabaret. I wish I could hand it to you so you could put it on right now.
Yeah.
Really fantastic work throughout. You put up with a lot.
Yeah.
There it is.
That was close.
Do you want to tell us anything, a little victory speech, any words of wisdom, or to tell us what the theme will or won't be next month?
Since we have not discussed it as a group, I will withhold putting saying anything the next theme about. That was the Yoda voice, but thank you so much for tuning in. Yeah, you know, the joy of this show will carry me into my post-second dose side effects the next day and surely make them more bearable. So thank you. Thank you.
Good job, everybody. Thank you to everybody who watched. Thank you to Julian, Jackie, Jeffrey, Sean, all of our viewers, everybody who supported. Really great work from all of our guests and competitors. And we will see you next time on Vocabaret. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye. Bye-bye.
See you later.
I've done my Mickey Mouse impression.
Oh, yeah. Do a little Mickey Mouse impression before we leave.
Bye. Bye.
Give us a Siri. Give us a Siri.
Don't say the word.
Bye.
Oh,
Goodbye.
we gotta turn on everybody's
I
phones.
didn't
Okay,
put my arms
bye. I was doing that thing where it's not loading the video.
Oh no, we're still online.
This is where Trick Here Forever now.